If you've been eagerly anticipating an OLED upgrade for the iPad mini, then you'll be excited to hear the latest developments. New leaks suggest Apple is actively testing OLED technology for a future iPad mini model, and while it may still be a little while before release, it's definitely something to look forward to. Let's take a deep dive into everything we know so far, what it means for potential buyers, and how this upgrade could change the iPad mini experience as we know it. According to credible industry sources such as Digital Chat Station, Apple is collaborating with Samsung to develop OLED displays for the iPad mini. Apple is currently in the testing and evaluation phase, working closely with Samsung Display to fine-tune the OLED panels before moving to large-scale production. This is a significant step, as it hints that the OLED iPad mini is no longer just a rumor, it's actively in development. However, we might need to practice a bit more patience. Market research firm Adia estimates that the OLED iPad mini is targeted for a 2026 release. While that might feel far off, it's still great news to know it's officially on the roadmap. Unfortunately for those hoping for a buttery smooth 120Hz Pro Motion experience, the current report suggests the OLED panel will be a 60Hz single stack design, a step down from the dual-stack OLED displays used in the new iPad Pros, which offer better brightness, durability, and efficiency. This move raises some eyebrows. Single-stack OLED displays, while more affordable and thinner, don't offer the same level of performance and longevity as dual-stack panels. Considering that iPads, especially models like the iPad mini, are built to last for years, this seems like a bit of a compromise from Apple. But it may be a strategic decision to differentiate the iPad mini from the higher-end iPad Pro series. Nonetheless, an OLED upgrade for the iPad mini will still bring numerous advantages. Expect higher contrast ratios, more vivid colors, deeper blacks, and potentially a slimmer chassis with reduced bezels. Apple has been focusing on thinness and sleek design lately, so it's likely that the next mini will follow suit. There's a strong chance Apple might increase the screen size slightly, possibly from the current 8.3 inches to around 8.4 or even 8.5 inches, while maintaining the same overall dimensions. This would maximize screen real estate without compromising portability. In terms of specs, the new iPad mini is expected to get a powerful new chipset. The A19 Pro seems like the most likely candidate, given Apple's tendency to use slightly older chips in the mini. In the past, we saw the A15 Bionic followed by the A17 Pro, and if this pattern holds, the A19 Pro would be a solid next step. We may also see a RAM bump from 8GB to 12GB, especially if Apple continues to expand its Apple Intelligence and AI-driven features within iPadOS. Color-wise, we can expect a fresh new set of hues. Apple usually refreshes the color palette for iPads with every major update, and many fans are hoping for bolder, more vibrant shades that make the mini stand out. Alongside this, we might see enhancements in storage configurations and perhaps even more refined thermal management. Of course, all of this is speculative and based on early leaks, and history has shown that Apple can shift directions. Let's not forget, the iPad mini went nearly 3 years without a major update before the latest refresh, so delays aren't out of the question. While rumors suggest the mini might receive OLED before the iPad Air, this feels a bit odd considering the Air's higher price point. But Apple has surprised us before, and priorities sometimes shift based on component availability and production costs. For those currently in the market for an iPad mini, the A17 Pro model remains a great choice. It's available at a lower price now, around $319, making it a compelling option if you need a tablet immediately and aren't willing to wait for the OLED version. However, if you're a display purist or planning to future-proof your purchase, the OLED iPad mini might be worth holding out for. Pricing is another big talking point. With OLED displays being more expensive to produce, especially when using Samsung's panels, it's likely the next iPad mini will see a price hike. $599 could be the new starting point, which places it closer to the iPad Air in terms of cost. This would mean buyers will need to weigh the benefits of OLED and possibly better internals against the extra money spent. Let's talk design for a minute. The current iPad mini is a beautifully compact device with a flat-edge design reminiscent of the iPad Air and Pro. The minimal camera bump and aluminum chassis give it a modern premium feel. I personally hope Apple keeps this design language intact for the next iteration. It's functional, sleek, and beloved by fans. Touch ID, which is integrated into the power button, also works wonderfully and is very reliable. While some might ask for Face ID, I don't think it's necessary on a device of this size. Keeping Touch ID helps keep costs down and offers quick access. The current Mini's display is an LCD, and while it's fine for general use, OLED will be a significant leap forward in terms of brightness, color accuracy, and power efficiency. It's one of the most anticipated upgrades, especially since the current model still suffers from the infamous jelly scrolling effect, an issue where text appears to wobble as you scroll. OLED should eliminate this entirely, which is a huge win for users. Performance-wise, the A17 Pro paired with 8GB RAM in the current Mini is more than sufficient for multitasking, light creative work, and even some gaming. However, many users are still hoping for the inclusion of an M-series chip in the Mini, especially for features like Stage Manager, which is curiously absent despite being supported on other iPads. It's baffling that the current iPad Mini can run high-end apps like Final Cut Pro, yet doesn't support Stage Manager. That makes little sense, especially for users who want to dock their iPad Mini to an external monitor and use it as a secondary workstation. Hopefully, Apple will enable this functionality in the next iPadOS update or when the new hardware launches. Battery life is another area Apple could improve. The current Mini offers around 10 hours of use, which is standard across the iPad lineup, but with OLED and better power efficiency, it would be great to see that number creep upward. Given Apple's track record, though, we shouldn't get our hopes up too high. iPadOS still needs to be better optimized for the iPad Mini's unique screen size. Some UI elements are too small, and there's excessive padding on the home screen. If Apple can tweak scaling and make the OS more adaptable, it would really elevate the Mini experience. Accessory-wise, don't expect too many changes. The Apple Pencil Pro is a fantastic tool for sketching and note-taking, and it's already compatible with the iPad Mini. However, Apple doesn't currently offer a dedicated keyboard case for the Mini, and frankly, that's okay. The Mini isn't designed. To replace a laptop and a tiny keyboard would be uncomfortable to use. For those who want a more traditional setup, plugging the Mini into a larger monitor with a Bluetooth keyboard is the way to go. As for the cameras, the iPad Mini's 12MP rear camera is basic but functional. It's perfect for scanning documents, snapping quick shots, or conducting video calls. The front-facing camera supports center stage, which automatically keeps you in frame during calls, a feature I expect to return in the next generation. Though the camera is positioned in portrait mode rather than landscape, it makes sense for the Mini, which many users hold vertically. Audio is one area where the Mini could use improvement. It currently features stereo speakers, which are decent, but nowhere near the rich quad-speaker setups found on the larger iPads. Don't expect Apple to change this anytime soon. The smaller size simply doesn't allow for the same acoustics. That said, the Mini's sound is more than adequate for casual viewing, video calls, or light music playback. Connectivity was upgraded with the A17 Pro model, bringing Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, and USB-C. For the upcoming version, we could see a jump to Wi-Fi 7 and the latest Bluetooth standard. However, don't expect Thunderbolt support. That remains exclusive to Apple's Pro lineup. Community feedback has also weighed in on these changes. One recurring complaint is the jelly scrolling issue, which is directly tied to the LCD screen technology. Switching to OLED would solve this problem and be a major quality of life improvement. Other users have expressed hope for better brightness, richer color reproduction, and improved software support. All in all, the OLED iPad Mini promises to be one of the most exciting iPad upgrades in years. While we still have to wait until 2026, and then there's always the possibility of delays, the idea of a slimmer, brighter, more powerful Mini is something to look forward to. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you wait for the OLED model, or are you picking up the current iPad Mini while it's discounted?